So I guess we're just passing the turn back. Our hand's actually not set up that well to deal with Reese. Oh, I guess it's not that bad. Like, if he has Reese plus counter magic, this Reese is going to come in. We're going to kill it. He's going to counter magic it. We're going to get cracked for 4. Then we're going to have extinction to clean up. Put eggs. Yeah, get the eggs in there. And then when if our opponent draws one of those eggs, we get a 1/1 that's unblockable. Which was a subterranean spy. So that wasn't a Reese, it was a subterranean spy. Oh no, the other one was a Reese. Okay. So he knows about all of our sweepers. Attempt to kill this idiot. So this is the combo deck. So how it goes off is we need to... we have to put a bunch of Tarantula eggs into our opponent's deck with Fentio, which we have not drawn yet, and then Azure Fate Sorceress. Killian's Reb with the brand new sub. Welcome to the stream, mate. I appreciate the support and supporting my TCG content. So how the combo works, you put a bunch of Tarantula eggs in their deck with Fentio, and then you play Azure Fate Sorceress, who's equipped with Quick and Mill Gems. And Azure Fate's ability is that whenever something that costs equal to or more than her comes into play, they also gain her abilities. So all the Tarantulas, so you play her, mill a Tarantula egg, and then the Tarantula that comes into play mills them again and hits more Tarantula eggs, and mills them again, hits more Tarantula eggs, and mills them again. So... this could be the Reese again. It's probably the Reese again since he doesn't have enough resources for it yet. So we are at 68 out of 100 towards the sub goal. Welcome. That reminds me, I need to upload. I never uploaded. We've got some more emotes ready, so I'm going to have to get those added at some point. I think I'm just going to play the Inquisitor and kill his 3/2 here. Inquisitor's really powerful. So it's equipped with a gem that when it comes into play, it gives a troop minus power equal to its power. So this is going to kill this guy. Oh, it just gives it minus power, right? Okay, so it just makes it a 0/2. But then when this dies, it comes back to my hand and costs 2 more. Yeah, you only need to hit a few eggs. So just going to go ahead and pass the turn here. Yep. You just generally want a few eggs in their deck because Azure Fate Sorceress only mills 4 the initial time. So you need to have enough eggs that you have a probability of hitting with the Azure Fate Sorceress, basically. Alright, I'm going to activate my ability, which gives us an Oracle Song. We're going to cast Oracle Song. Draw some cards. Alright. Play Vensilk out and give him some more eggs in his deck. Start cracking in for 3 here. So one thing I want to keep track of while we play is that, like I said, the one thing I changed from the deck from the 100k is that I changed the champion to the Dreaming Fox, so we have more life and we get this ability to get Oracle Songs. So right now we're up 2 cards because we're playing Dreaming Fox instead of the other champion that the guy at the 100k played. But we're down. He would have 6 more Spiderling eggs in his deck had we been playing the champion that the guy from the 100k played. So just like things to think about as we go. We're flooding a little bit, but we did keep a resource-heavy hand to start. This is likely the Reese. Yeah, this is definitely the Reese again. We know we went to kill the Reese last time, and he time rippled it back to his hand. Hey, Waffleophagus. So he's Crackling Bolt, sure. So this turn, I'm not going to attack with the Spider because I want to block the Reese when he attacks with it. Ooh, Rise Again. So Rise Again is basically just a reanimate spell for any card, in any graveyard, or any crypt. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely got that kind of aspect too, which is neat. Like it affects starting health total. You've got these champion abilities, and that's one of the things that makes it more interesting than MTG in my opinion. It also gives you like a neat information thing. Like I said, one of the reasons I'm playing a different champion is because it won't give away that we're playing the Spiders combo deck just by them looking and going, oh, he's playing that champion. That champion is only in the Spiders combo. So I'm just going to chump this to gain 4 because this is going to die when we extinction next turn anyways. This game's actually pretty cheap, Anaphylactic, and if you want to just like something to like relax to and play on occasion, the PvE is actually completely free in this game. You don't have to put any K-Smith with the 69th sub like he promised yesterday. Welcome to the stream. I know you've been here a while. I appreciate the support. You are sub number 69. So we're gonna go ahead and lead on. I'm gonna lead on Inquisition here. Let's see what he's got going on up here. See if he's got a Verdict. If he has, because this deck usually plays Verdicts in the main, I believe, which is counter target non-troop spell, so we could counter the Extinction. So we're actually going to be in a pretty sweet spot here. We're going to take this and take away counter magic if he has it. We're going to Extinction, and then we're going to cast Rise again and put his Reese into play, which sounds super hot. Alright, so he's got... Oh, he was thinking about rippling in response to the Inquisition, because he knows we have Extinction. So I'm just going to take his Ripple away. And then he's going to be pretty railed because he can't cast the counter magic. So we're going to cast Extinction, and then we're going to cast Rise again on his Reese. Come to daddy. And he's got double Charge Bolt in hand, but then like he's going to have to spend both of those on this, and we got a 3/5. So Reese creates a random robot at the end of every turn. So Reese is a 4/4 that tunnels, that if he untunnels, normally he makes a worker bot, but instead if you tunneled him, he makes a random robot at the end of every turn. So he's activating his champion ability, which gives him a guy equal to the number of resources in his top 10. So it looks like he's getting a free 6/6 here. Which is not bad. He's going to double Charge Bolt the Reese, like I said. So he hit on a 2-for-1 there. So he's got Burn, Counter Magic in hand as his last 2 cards. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play this out and give this guy -3 power. That lets our Fentobot block it. I guess we're just going to pass the turn, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn. The game does give a tutorial. The campaign equals PvE, yeah. And also, I wrote a short intro guide to getting into Hex for Magic players that talks about like the few differences in the resource system. You can check that out there. The mechanics are very similar, and like Flight, you can see here it says like what the keywords are if you don't know what something is. Another tunneling card. One of these could easily be another Reese. I'd really like to draw a Fentio at some point here. That would be great. Maybe I'm supposed to just like play one of these Azure Fates out to try and hit some of the eggs that are already in his deck. The problem is that if one of these gets targeted by even a single counter magic, the combo no longer works because tarantulas cost 5. So he's probably going to make this bot not be able to block this turn. He's going to make that not be able to block because it comes back to my hand. I'm going to trade these two if he attacks. I guess I could just block there and gain the life. I'm going to try and time ripple this. Fentio is the only way to put tarantulas in the deck, correct? And like we still play like a reasonable like mid-range control game. Like you don't have to combo kill them. Like this is like a lot of the combo decks in Modern, like where it's a combo deck, but it has like this nice fair deck backup plan. So we'll bounce that to his hand. My bottle trade here. We're start getting in for 3 here. And I like that this game encourages you to play out all of your resources because your champion ability is valuable to you. So we're... So we're 2 more resources away from activating our champion ability again. There's 6 spider eggs in our opponent's deck, so hopefully we hit a few of those at some point too. If this is another Reese, we could be in trouble just because we know he has a counter magic in hand for our extinction. Alright, 1 more shard, and we get to draw 2 more cards. It is a super expensive champion ability, but I mean it's powerful. Like it's activating and letting us draw a bunch of extra cards. All right, so he's got a 5/2. You know, I might just say we're probably not gonna combo this game, and I think I'm gonna try and run. If this Azure Fate eats a counter magic, like we needed to get through that anyways. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and block with an Azure Fate here. And he could counter magic this. He's not. Sweet. So we milled him, and then we're gonna block here. All right. I'm gonna play another Azure Fate in response. And the Azure Fates power each other up. So like this one milled him twice because it has the text on it twice. 2 burns. All right. Wow, we didn't hit any eggs in there. So there's 6 eggs in his remaining 30 cards. Now, like, even drawing a shard next turn is not bad, because if we draw a shard next turn, we get to activate our champion ability. Hey, look, Fentio. But this is probably going to eat counter magic. I'm assuming, like, this is what he's been saving it for. Yeah. So that's fine. I'm going to leave this back so we can block his 5/2. Yeah, 1/5 of his deck is eggs almost. And again, he would have more eggs in his deck had we been playing the other champion, but we'd also be at 3 or 4 less life, and we'd have drawn less cards. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Extinction here and clean this up because this guy comes back to our hand and costs 2 more now. That's why this card is insane. And then we're going to play Exarch of the Egg, which puts 2 more eggs in his deck. So now he's got 8 eggs and 34 cards. So he's up to a quarter of his deck being life draws for us. I'm gonna save this Inquisition until we draw a threat. It's like the same principle like when you're playing with discard against anything that's got like reactive spells. There's no point in Inquisitioning him ahead of time and then he could draw counter magic before we draw a threat. Although it would have been nice to know that that was coming. Okay, so this, when it comes into play, it deals damage equal to its power to an opponent. So I guess we would have been beneficial to Inquisition him this turn because we would have gotten to take that, or we would have played it in response, and then we would have played the Inquisitioner. I guess I should have been aware that he's playing Azure Cannon and that was in his deck, so it wasn't worth trading 2 life points to get in our 1 hit here. Alright, we'll put some more eggs in his deck. And I'm going to go ahead and check what his last card is here before we Oracle Song and stuff. If it's counter magic, this will get counter magic. That was just wrong on his part. He should have cast counter magic because it would make our other Inquisitions cost more. So this comes into play and gives this minus power. And then, you know, it's possible whenever this or another Ven. Oh, that's hot. I didn't realize this triggers on other Ven entering too. So now he's got a bunch of eggs in his deck. Sockets give different abilities. Yeah, so like this one, this card normally is just Inspire, but then its sockets determine. So like we're both playing Azure Fate Sorceresses, but he has a red gem and a blue gem in his, and my Azure Fates that I'm playing have two blue gems in them. Where's one of my Azure Fates? and that way you can change